Hey, welcome to the overview of a 10mm Orc army. As you can see, it doesn't actually all fit in the frame, unless I do here. So this is a 10mm Marauder army, or Orc army from Mantic Games for their sci-fi universe. It's broken down into 6 sprues, 6 identical sprues. So everything you see here will be in multiples of 6. For example, there's 12 of these guys. I think there's 12 of these guys, 12 of these guys, 12 of these guys, 6 of these, 6 of these, 6 of these, 6 of these, 6, 6, 6, and 6. So, yeah, Adventures in 10mm. That's probably 10mm finish for the rest of the year. These guys, if you've seen my Enforcer army, my other 10mm army that I painted for the same guy, bright colours, easily distinguishable. And I'm going to reset my camera here. So
Change of
one
view.
second. So they weren't as fun to paint as the Enforcers. You can see a bit of the gloss shine off them. Gone for a militaristic look because that's what they are. They're a professional army rather than a ragtag bunch of orcs in the Marauder universe. So that's the heavy weapons crew. Then you have your rifles. I did a couple of sprues at a time. I think I did the first sprue as a test sprue, then I did 3 sprues, and then I did 2 sprues. I would have done 2 or 1, 2, 2, and then a final one just as a, because it does get monotonous. So yeah, they're okay. They're not as fun as the Enforcers. There's a lot more greeblies on them, so we shiny bits and pockets and metallic gubbins, grenades, as you can see. The infantry was okay to paint. Let's get some of these guys. So this is the command base. You see your guy with his decked out commissariat uniform and his medals, and then his second in command with the chain of belts. Equivalent to a plasma gun and a power stave. I don't know, like I said, these aren't for me. But you get 6 of these. They were fun enough to paint. I'll get on to the stuff I didn't enjoy. The dogs, they were okay, tiny. There's no studio paint jobs available of these other than the bigger ones, which don't really translate into 10mm scale. And when you do look at the big ones, who look like something like this in the big scale, once again it struggles to translate, but that's what I was asked to do, so that is what I did. And then bright colours just to try and add spot highlights, and then the green skin. So yeah, those are okay. Ripper suits, same poses, different weapons. Basically the long-ranged equivalent of it, with a bit more spot colouring and brass to make the gun barrels and belt feeds in. I didn't want to make them look too run down because they are meant to be professional. And then the wee stunt bot, he was okay, he was a bit of fun. Meant to be effectively a goblin in there, running that. Kind of like not a stomp, a killacan, I think they're called. So that was a fun stuff. The vehicles were... I don't particularly like painting 10mm vehicles, I've found out. I don't particularly like painting vehicles, but such is life. So yeah, militarized green, same as the buggy that was meant to be a trike, but they turned it into a buggy, and have these 2 abominations of a driver. So metals, greys, yellows, reds, greens, just to give it a bit of spot highlighting. And then the tanks, which were, I did a couple of different trials on them and ended up on this. So the gloss varnish, or the varnishing is taking a bit of the highlighting out of it. To be frank, would I paint another Marauder army of this scale as fast? Probably not. Bits and pieces, yeah. But hey, every day is a learning day. And at the end of the day, when you get into it and you get a rhythm going, it can be quite interesting. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the second 10mm army that I was asked to paint. So if you haven't already, hit the usual 2 buttons, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.